everybody, welcome to Arguing with Russell, part 3 of episode 1, where we now realize we really should have made them all into just separate episodes. I'm Julian.
I'm Daniel.
And I'm Russell.
I know you guys are waiting on Hiei vs Sasuke, or at least some of you are, and know who those folks are. A little bit of bad news. I was going over the footage, and you remember that warning at the beginning of episode 1 where I was like, oh, don't worry, we get a little drunk, a little crazy, but, you know, it fuels the show.
We got really drunk, guys.
It was fucked up.
Bad.
It was bad.
It was pretty bad.
Russell just kept on rambling, and I said things that I'm happy he can't remember. I was an ass.
Kill each other. It was fucked up.
Yeah, I was a big dick.
Well,
So
I was too fucked up to do anything about it. Though. So.
It's fine. Lessons
I'm
learned,
more
right?
responsible this time around.
I won't. Give me a beer.
That's a funny looking beer you got.
Isn't it? That's your vodka.
Trade secret. So, we do plan on re-recording Hiei vs Sasuke, maybe a little bit of a format change, but we decided, just for shits and giggles, let's move on to some of the other categories that we've had our eyes on. Namely, Medabots versus Digimon. Which world's more pleasant to live in?
Pokemon?
Why'd you say Digimon?
Because, I don't know, man. Fucking Pokemon versus Medabots.
This is gonna be so interesting.
So, Medabots, you know, we're not gonna focus on the games or anything like that. I guess Russell could focus on the games because I mean those actually came out in America.
Well, I'm more interested in like, you know, I would like to see, you know, which world is less fucked up than the other one.
Right. So he's got to move to one of them. I've got to convince him to move to the Medabot world. Russell's got to convince him why it's better to live in the Pokemon world.
I mean, come on.
What?
Pokemon people. Really?
So anyway, yeah, we're gonna be arguing about that today. I'm on the side of the Medabots. Russell's on the side of the Pokemon. Daniel, who are you leaning toward right now?
Right now, I don't know. I mean, they're both fucked up. I don't want to live in a world where there's a giant dog that shoots fire, but I also don't want to live in a world where, you know, kids are basically walking around with living weapons and shit. It's fucked up either way. I mean, they're all living weapons. Even fucking Pokemon is like, you have mice that shoot electricity. What the fuck?
I wanna.
You know?
But at least the Pokemon Attain Mode like a Skynet and you like all mass at once.
All right,
take you out.
So I guess Russell's gonna start. Go ahead, bud.
All right.
You call it whenever you feel you've come to a fair decision. That timer shit was this.
Well, I mean, first off, I mean, what is it more cooler than I guess going out and like being the Mick to your own like crew like boxes like this is like it's almost a sport of Pokemon. I mean. They don't enslave these poor bastards. I mean, they live out in the wild and stuff like. Even they can
already off on the defensive.
They domesticate them. I mean,
I don't know if I had a cool world to defend, I wouldn't start with. Trust me, they're not slaves. You just open slavery right out of the gate, man. What's weighing on your conscience?
It's not weighing on my conscience. I just thought that'd be your counter argument.
I mean,
preemptive strike, bitches.
Like, when you notice like animals. I mean, the Pokemon essentially.
So they are animals.
I don't know. They're Pokemon.
Okay, so let's say there's what's the difference between say a Rattata and a really big rat?
I don't know.
At what point does something stop being an animal and start being a Pokemon?
I don't know.
Is it when it can only say its own name?
When you can catch in a Pokeball.
So hey, is that a Rattata? Squeak! No, it's just a rat.
Do they catch rats in Pokeballs? Do they catch the fish?
I'd argue that they do. Yeah. Yeah, but the fishermen in Pokemon, they have a Pokeball at the end of the lure. That's their lure, is a Pokeball.
Yeah, but are they catching? Is that fisherman trying to catch a Pokemon, or is that fisherman trying to catch fish?
He's not fishing for boot. Well, that's a very good question. What's the difference?
I don't know.
Tell you one thing: robots can't feel pain.
Very scary fucking place.
What about the robots that actually have souls?
Oh, they don't have
souls.
souls.
Real.
That's
Whatever.
liberal media bias bullshit.
No, you told me so yourself that there's Medabots that have the souls.
Hey, if you have a rare metal, dude, okay, every Pokemon has a soul. Maybe like 5 or 6 fucking Medabots have a rare metal.
Okay,
and then they're not even slaves though. The ones with the rare metals don't have to listen to their owners. So they're the only ones that aren't slaves.
In the show, have you ever seen like Ash's Pokemon or Brock's or Misty's or like when fighting like Ash like, are you okay? And want to switch you out? Like no, like I don't want you to go any further. Like, and then like,
hey, Thomas Jefferson loved his slaves so much he fucked them because they were still slaves.
No, because the Pokemon don't get the whole concept. So it's like Rocky and Mick and stuff like they both want the same thing.
Okay, so what you're saying is if I want to be successful, I need to have a little creature enslaved. I can be Mick with realize there's no bot. You know, there's boxers in Pokemon. There's black belts and shit. There's fighters, but so the people who aren't good enough to fight have to put that weight on the back of the little creature.
Because humans are shooting on electrical stuff and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
humans are shooting on electrical.
The Pokemon are the spectacle of the world. They are the wonder of the world. They're what is the 8 wonders of the world or whatever, like Pokemon.
I mean, if they love us so damn much, how can they attack us in tall grass until we trap them?
Yeah. Because they're wild Pokemon.
Imagine a kid who's just doesn't know about the tall grass and shit, is not watching them. You know, he doesn't get lost at Walmart. He walks in the tall grass like a fucking blender. They tear up the shit. Pokemon World is dangerous. Medabots, every single meta fight that happens, Mr. Referee pops out of fucking nowhere and he handles that fucking shit. Nobody's getting hurt in the tall grass. Nobody's getting fucked over. And the best thing about the Medabot thing is you only lose a meta part if you lose. If I fucking beat you at Pokemon because we made eye contact and now we have to fucking fight because this is like the fucking Sengoku Jedi Warring States period. This is the old west with monsters and animals instead of guns and shit. Yeah, I get to take half your wallet. I get to take half your fucking money. So not only are you using these poor creatures, man, but you're monetizing it.
That's game lore.
Game lore?
But it's still part of. It's still part.
Okay,
of
how does Ash eat? How does Ash eat?
It's still.
He never eats on the show. I mean, in the game, he never eats in the fucking game. On the show, he eats all the time.
You eat in the game all the time. The guy who's grinding Saffron City needs lemonade and tea and shit. Clearly, they're not just like fake automatons.
Dude, in the game, the only time you may eat is when you go to the old lady's house. She doesn't eat. She just says, "Go rest. Go rest." And
well, because she's a really stingy bitch. She doesn't want to show up.
Other than that, you're
I mean, I brought you food today, but I mean, guess what? It's not made of Pokemon, because I'm not a fucking monster. I only have one rule. If you can say your name, I don't eat you. If I went up to a cow, like, oh, my fucking hamburger, man, slug, cow! Cow door! I'd be like, oh, fuck. For example, I wouldn't eat Hodor.
Why are you making
Because he's smart. Well, I don't know. Apparently, they're all living things with feelings that you claimed are separate from animals. Yeah. They're above animals, and people still eat them.
Who eats them?
I don't know. Fishermen? Fucking. Have you ever seen an animal in Pokemon?
Have you seen a magic card?
Have you ever seen an animal in Pokemon?
It's begged to be eaten. Plus, they're dangerous.
It is begging to be eaten.
They're dangerous.
By virtue of its
they can splash and jump and go over clear of a mountain and fall on you. That can hurt you like the flash. Jump and hit you.
Right.
Take them out anyways. They're a nuisance. It's like a mosquito. And you worry about people eating magic carp and going to make good sushi?
Well, see, you're the one picking and choosing, man. All I'm saying is that's fucked up. You gotta make money. Like, does anyone do anything in Pokemon except abuse animals and eat them? Do Metabots? You ain't gotta worry about that shit.
What do you mean?
These things aren't in the wild, mind their own fucking business. You build them. You fight them. They can't feel pain.
The same thing happens. What do you mean? Okay, it's the same aspect.
They feel no pain.
What do you mean? Doesn't matter.
And the best part is, no one can force you into a fight. Like, motherfucker looked at me crossways the bar. Oh, it's on. Half your money. Dude, I just be walking around with like $10 everywhere I go and putting everything on debit. Because that's fucking dangerous, dude. That's like that movie In Time where a motherfucker just arm wrestle and take your life. Take your livelihood. Like, how does anyone... Here's a quick... How does anyone catch a Pokemon before they have a Pokemon?
They beat it into submission.
With what, though?
Another Pokemon.
Yeah, but if this is the first Pokemon... Where do they get their first Pokemon to go battle? Like Wally and Emerald. He needs to borrow one of your dad's Pokemons.
So he borrowed one and beat it. You didn't take a stick and beat it?
Yeah, so it's like, here, take this thing. I don't even fucking care. Go use it, beat the shit out of that. And make sure you give it back. And now you have your own little monster. Now Wally wants to go anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world. And somebody with like a level 50 who just flew into town is like, can just beat you up and take your fucking money. At least there are like kids who are good meta fighters in this world, you know? At least if you lose a meta battle, you just lose a meta part. And you can agree to that shit. So not only is the combat more humane because it's not using living creatures, but let's take a look at the world. Oh, here's something to sell you on, man.
In the world,
you think there's any school shootings in Metabots?
So is MMA and boxing?
You think everybody with machine gun robots and shit, not one school shooting?
MMA and boxing and stuff.
If anything, it's like a right? No, because you can consent to that. Nobody's catching him in big fucking red and white nets. Like, get in there. No, Daniel Crater, use tackle.
Pokemon in the fight. I've already explained it to you that has Ash and like.
No one's using Pokemon to fight. Yes, they are, dude. Because when Team Plasma steals your fucking... not Team Plasma.
It's a video game lore.
Team Plasma.
In the series.
Video game lore is
But in the series, though, in the fucking series with Ash and the story and how Pokemon interact with people on a day-to-day basis, there's Ash's Pokemon be like, fucking, I don't want to fight.
Yes.
And then he doesn't make it fight.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
He absolutely did.
Which one?
I think it was his Charmander. Oh, Paul does it. Gary does. Paul definitely does that shit. Plus, Team Rocket can force Pokemon. In the show, they didn't catch those
That's a
fucking Pokemon.
group
They
of
can
people-
steal
that's a
Pokemon
group
and
of
use them
people who
against
exploit
people.
and do it.
Oh, okay, so don't explain don't, you know, it's only bad when they do it because they have R's on their chests. All I'm saying is you can absolutely force a Pokemon to fucking fight someone against their will. And okay, the games don't count, whatever, the show's fucking full of shit, dude. The show, I've seen an Onyx die to Thundershock. That shit's immune, dude.
Yeah, they're all relevant to me. You know, they're all exploring different facets of the same world, you know.
All I'm saying is the only Medabots that have free will, that met when Metabee was like, I don't want to fucking fight Nick. He's like, you're my goddamn Medabot. You're going to fight Medabot like Metabee fucking knocked him upside the head. He's like, fuck you, nigga.
Yeah.
You're the boss of me.
Pikachu pretty much tells Ash that he doesn't want to fight.
Pikachu's a shit.
But he does whatever he wants. He doesn't even stay in a Pokeball when he doesn't want
So,
to.
they all have... But yeah, he can. Ash just chooses not to let him, right? See, I don't know the show. The show's horseshit. But
Pikachu fucked him up so he wouldn't. That's the thing. The Pokemon has every Pokemon has the power to fit stuff against a human.
Yeah, that's
If
right.
they want
And
to.
that sounds like the kind of world you want to live in. Hey, I caught a Pikachu, and then so when you least fucking expect it, shocked, you're dead, you're done, son. Not everybody's lucky enough
Until
to start
all the
with a Megaguard.
Medabots just decide to say fuck all the humans and kill them all.
They can't, because
Sure.
every metal that's not a rare metal is just a copy of a rare metal. They don't have free will.
They can gain free will.
Well, that's dangerous conspiracy. I'm naming things that actually happened over here. He's talking dangerous. I think you're racist against robots.
Oh.
Probably because
I'm racist against artificial intelligence.
I think you're racist against them because they
Okay,
don't get hurt in fights, so you can't get off. Like
humanity already.
You need to see your
animals.
Pokemon get hurt to get off.
Humanity already
You
exploits
did
animals.
say that, you know,
and make
robots,
animals adaptable.
So it's not that like they're living things. So
Yeah, a T100 something
can't really be
is still
racist against
hackable.
them.
Well, not with that attitude. A lot of people said that about black people back in the day. Not trying to play that card. Like, they're not people. They're not like us. They're no better than monkeys.
Now you're pulling the Futurama card, Bender.
What Futurama
No, but
card?
I'm saying you said that.
I said he's racist.
Yeah, no, but you said they're robots. They're not living things.
Yeah,
Alright,
so, yeah,
that's just a straight up fact.
Yeah,
but how,
you can't be racist against them if they're not living things.
Okay, so he's not a racist. He's still a dog-fighting bastard.
I'm not a dog fighting
I'm just saying,
bastard.
man. You want to not be paying attention one day, step in some tall grass, and lose a leg?
No, hell no. And I've seen
Or do you want to live in a world where even if somebody with a gun, a robot gun thing, does want to step to you, Mr. Referee steps in and makes sure that shit's done humanely?
Realistically,
It still kind of scares me though.
Okay, realistically, if you
Nigga could have shot me.
What do you mean? You can
Mr.
get caught
Referee's
shrapnel.
everywhere,
You
man.
can get caught shrapnel from a grenade, shoot, whatever they fucking shoot.
When does that ever happen?
They don't
It's
betray
actually
because
never
it's not
happened,
realistic.
yeah.
Because you don't like
It's
realistically.
not really. This man's talking about he wants to use the Pokemon anime, but not the games, and then he wants to talk about realism. 1,000 Earth Joys. Here's something scary. Why, if people don't have free
I knew
healthcare,
this.
The clones
I
of
knew-
people.
I
The
knew
clones.
this was coming.
There's George that
And that was something I wanted to touch on. That's the thing about Pokemon that fucking scares me the most. Mew. Mewtwo. Nurse Joy.
Arceus.
Genetic engineering. Cloning. All this shit. And what the fuck? I mean, what's stopping them from splicing a fucking Arcanine and a goddamn Dragonite and creating some fucking Eldritch Abomination and shit?
you ever see the new Pokemon from Sun? It kind of looks like they did that.
You could do the same thing with Medabots. You splice to make a super Medabot.
Well, I mean, you
Well, they're designed to do that.
I mean,
though.
anyone can do it. Though.
Let's talk about the police state they have. First of all,
Oh,
you want
shit.
to live in a world where you can't fly or surf unless you have authorization from the government, and you can only get that authorization through raw military power. You want not elected officials, not a democracy, but just the person with the strongest Pokemon of one type in that town telling you what to do, needing to get their badge to go any
The
fucking
gender
where.
doesn't run the town.
Oh yes, they do. In black and white, they absolutely do, and they do it in the original games, Red, Blue, Yellow. Sabrina's like in charge of Saffron City. Everybody's talking about
So
why
it's
the
basically
Elite
dude with
Four.
the biggest gun runs the town.
Absolutely, not to
Holy
mention the
fucking
police
shit.
state. They do mention when you go into Saffron
state.
City. No, it's absolutely a police state. It's just, everything's monitored. You think it's a coincidence that Pokemon have free healthcare? Why are these systems? In every town, nobody pays anything. There's always a Pokemon
Well, yeah,
center, and you always put it into the computer. You think they're not keeping an eye on the dangerous elements in society? Why would the government give you anything for free? And so obviously they don't care about these fucking little creatures. So why would they want them to be healthy unless they're monitoring you? The Hall of Fame machine that keeps a log of all your Pokemon when you beat the Elite Four, it's the exact same fucking computer. It doesn't.
You don't think they don't keep track of every Medabot fight you do and everything? I mean, come on, it's the same goddamn thing.
Only the Medabot parts. You gotta have Pokemon to be anybody in Pokemon World, man. If you can't afford a Medabot, you're fine. You just go around and do your fucking bit. Lots of people at the Medabot Corporation, like the most successful company in there, don't have Metabots.
They still have
That's why when the River Rose attacked, they're like,
and stuff like that. They still have people that invented stuff that weren't Pokemon trainers. They just in my program built stuff. You know, people that just weren't trainers that were good at creating success. I mean, that wrote success of Pokemon world in the world. So that's completely false.
Yeah, how do they get anywhere?
What do you, it doesn't matter. People
all they have are trainers. You ever see a card?
There are people that paint Pokemon. Like people that have Pokemon and paint Pokemon. They're famous in Chile. They have that dumb shit. People. I mean, fucking the guy who owns fucking Stone or whatever Slate Stone and shit like that.
Hey, but that's all might makes right though, man.
Matter.
At the end of the day, even if you want to just go to take a fucking leak, don't make eye contact. You look down. You look straight fucking down.
If you don't have Pokemon, then they can't battle you.
Yeah. So.
But it won't stop the Pokemon.
What's the fucking? Yeah.
Because I have seen in the
yeah, but the thing is, the thing is that Pokemon,
the Pokemon special.
Yeah, there was a fucking Firo was like attacking this dude on his fucking bike, man. Like we're using like the drill peck shit on a fucking civilian who was just riding his goddamn
Fuck the long
bike.
grass; those things can fly. Anywhere, nowhere is safe.
The thing is, when people in Pokemon coexist, because they both do coexist.
Pokemon don't have a choice.
What do you mean? They both live there. Okay.
If Pokeballs aren't necessary, why does
if
happen?
Arceus is the god Pokemon, he created humans and Pokemon and everything else, then Pokemon and them coexist.
Don't you bring that religious fundamentalism on me, man? You're one of those crazy nut jobs that believes in Pokemon gods and everything, man. I'm trying to talk about the real world here. Real world with robots and monsters. Real talk. None of this religion bullshit.
There's Arceus. Is he like the god Pokemon?
Well, I mean, if you believe that kind of thing, you're the reason that we can't teach Mew evolution in schools. Okay, you're the reason. You're the enemy here. Right?
Oh God.
I mean, you remember the famous Mankey's Scopes Mankey trial?
Scopes Mankey?
Yeah, the Scopes Mankey trial. Where they tried to teach that Mew, because it has the DNA of every Pokemon, that you know, natural evolution might be a thing, origin of Mew. But then the fucking Bible beaters over here, like, no, Arceus is God. He made all the Pokemon, and it was kind of scientifically proven. Mew can transform into any Pokemon. It has all the DNA. All Pokemon share DNA with Mew. That's all that sinner shit. That's that fucking Professor Oak Darwin ass bullshit. And then you had the Scopes Mankey trial, and it's religious fundamentalism like this, why we can't have a civilized debate about Pokemans.
I thought that had to do with just us being drunk.
Yeah.
Me? You thought I just said it wrong?
No.
Us being drunk when we can't be civilized.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, man, you can't come out with that Bible stuff. I'm trying to talk about the real world.
I'm sorry.
Arceus is God, man. That's easy.
It's from the Pokédex that created that for the evolution of Pokemon. It's a scientific artifact.
Written by religious extremists.
The first Pokédex was created by Oak, the guy who said is the one speaking all that Mew shit, motherfucker. But his machine's the one that fucking said that Arceus is a god.
No. Wrong again. Oak only ran the Pokédex program when Professor Elm was still around. By the time that who's that bitch from the third game?
Oak is a professor.
So
he's never not a professor, or he's never not involved. That's like John Madden hasn't been involved.
Okay, Bill invented the PC, but every game you go into, the PC has a different name.
I know for sure John Madden doesn't know how to fucking make a video game. But his name is he's still involved in it. It doesn't fucking matter.
That's diffusion of responsibility right there. You just gotta blame everything on Oak, man. He didn't make you say what you said.
You're the one that said what you said.
I know I am, but what am I? Wait, what?
Hold on. Hey, wait. Alright.
You're the one who said what the fuck you said, sir.
What the fuck are we doing next after this one?
I think probably Civil War.
Civil War. Yeah, I want to get to that. So, I'm gonna cut it down right. Y'all motherfuckers crazy, man.
I don't think we're gonna have to cut any of this out. This feels great.
I wanna,
like serious?
You know, I wanna,
that was awesome.
pass judgment from on high because I'm that kind of dick.
What's your job?
Yeah, it kind of is. Ooh, wow.
20 minutes later.
I think we focus more on the Pokemon world than the Medabots world, but like, you think about that shit. Medabots. Alright, let me talk about Pokemon first. First, Pokemon world is very, very, very much fucked up. It's a very scary fucking world to live in. But he made a point when he said the Pokemon don't have to do, and you also made a good point that you can force them to do shit. But when he said
if Pokemon don't have to, why do they all Pokeballs, dude?
yeah,
Just because they're fashionable?
but what I'm saying
It's $1 billion industry.
what I'm saying
they
is-
have parks and stuff like that. At the same time, when they let Pokemon roam free and stuff. But
No, they don't let. If in the 4th generation, you can only bring in small and cute Pokemon. They won't let you take your Dragonite there because they know it's a safety hazard. In Soul Silver and Heart Gold.
also.
keep Pokemon. Oh yeah, well, it's just like any like wild animal in the sense that there are animals out there that's more predatory.
Oh, so they're animals
When-
now. Now they're back to being animals.
Yeah, I'm like that's.
They are animalistic. We are animals. I mean, you're an animal. I'm
Maybe
a fucking
you are.
animal.
Maybe you are.
Okay.
I thought of it like this.
How are you not an animal? I want you to explain to me how you're not a fucking animal.
Because I don't smell like you.
Oh,
No.
shit.
If you don't smell-
Oh shit.
I wish I smelled like a man, like you do.
All animals. It's not the
Sorry.
sense.
Wow.
It just.
I'm cutting
It's
that
just.
shit
It's
out.
just.
I didn't make it
This is how
quite
you this is how you separate a fucking Rattata from a fucking mouse, though. When that fucking Rattata hyperframes your ass, a mouse don't hyperframe you.
But I was thinking.
Or sand attack you
I feel
either.
like, yeah,
But I was thinking about that shit, and I was like, there's something that they call mouse Pokemon, rat Pokemon, snake Pokemon, dragon Pokemon, and all this shit. And I'm like, okay, so there's a mouse Pokemon. Are there real mice?
Yeah,
And
there are the mice.
One would
There's a
assume.
snake Pokemon, so there's snakes. Dragon Pokemon. Are there fucking dragons?
Maybe there could be a category because there's not just one mouse Pokemon or one snake Pokemon. They
Yeah.
need to have some way. There could be no mice, but you've got Meryl. You've got.
Or were these things at one point regular animals and shit?
Well, they don't say that. Well, they don't know.
I'm just thinking about this shit now.
Shit. This is getting deep.
Were Pokemon at some point regular fucking animals?
Okay, if you talk about your whole evolution thing, what if the Pokemon just evolved in what they are?
Yeah.
What if the Pokemon just evolved in what they are? What if the Pokemon just evolved in what they are?
Yeah. Yeah.
I said the most. Okay, no one's fucking making a goddamn Moltres do anything because he's a Moltres and he fucking anything couldn't do. So it's kind of hard to make a dragon
in
do something.
the second movie they did. Second movie made all the legendary birds do something.
Yeah, I know. You want me to catch it?
But you just said they couldn't, so you can. Everybody's making a Moltres do something. Apparently, this guy did. Might makes right. Old West, fucked up world. But yeah,
Okay.
somebody made a Moltres do. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know.
You're wrong.
That
about
was.
I can say that at least in the at least in the Medabots universe, and I still very sketchy about fucking moving into a neighborhood where goddamn 10-year-old can be walking on the street with a robot that can shoot fucking razor blades out of his fucking arm. That freaks me out. But at least there's some certainty in Medabots. You kind of know what to expect, even if it's gonna be some fucked up shit. You kind of is like, oh, it's a robot. I'll just make a fucking EMP and knock them all out. You know, shit like that. But with Pokemon, they don't even know where these things fucking came from. They could have been from you, or they could have been from this the other thing.
Arceus.
Arceus. No one even knows that they're even fucking animals. They can talk. They're intelligent. They can think. You know? And that's not even counting all the
friends.
and that's not even counting all the other crazy shit with like the gym leaders run the fucking towns, and like there's just the fact that there's a group called the Elite Four. What the fuck? Who came up with this shit? Seriously. Then there's the crime organizations like Team Rocket and Giovanni's fucking people.
Corruption too. He was like the strongest gym leader. And remember I said there were people in Saffron who were like, why isn't the Elite Four coming to get rid of Team Rocket? I don't know, maybe because Giovanni's in the system. Ah, that hurt.
Ouch.
This thing's been in class.
That's conspiracy shit right there. You just spit too that you accused me of the same before.
No, that's not religious, dude. That's a fact.
And I didn't say,
I'm just asking
religious. I said conspiracy.
I'm not going back over here.
What did I say religious?
I'm not stating
I said
facts.
conspiracy.
Arceus.
No, when he said conspiracy.
You talking about me throwing conspiracies out there?
No,
and you just talking about like fucking Giovanni being in the system. That's a conspiracy speculation.
When he mentioned the Medabots becoming like Skynet and shit, You said that's just.
Well, there's no
conspiracy.
evidence for that.
Yeah.
That's evidence. I'm not saying.
Is there evidence?
I'm
that
not
Giovanni's in
saying
the system?
that Giovanni. Well, he is in the system. He's a gym leader.
So therefore,
It's second only to the Elite Four.
Well, yeah.
So yeah, we know he's in the system. Now I'm just doing that Glenn Beck thing. I'm just asking questions. I'm just wondering why nobody's stopping Team Rocket when they're in the biggest, most metropolitan city in all of fucking Kanto. And it just so happens that their
What do you
boss
mean?
happens to be the highest ranking, not Elite Four member in
No,
the
the
fucking
gym is
land.
locked down until you beat all 7 other gym members, so there's no one there to be stopped. The whole
Right,
time
because he's
they're
out
okay.
doing crimes. So that's a straight up fucking fact.
Well, yeah, but okay, if you do crimes and you go from crime to crime to crime to
So
crime,
you're saying
and
you'd rather him
no one
live in a
catches
world-
you, and you're on the move, like some shadow loose shit, where it's hard to be called then.
I wouldn't want to live in that fucking world. I wouldn't want to live in a world where a known,
that exists in the world
proven mob
today.
boss.
So you don't want to live in this world, because that exists
No, because
today.
El Chapo ain't my fucking senator, dude. El Chapo ain't the governor of my state.
You don't
Alright?
you don't live in that country. Like,
John
you
Bell
do.
Edwards didn't get to run a fucking
But you live in
mafia
that world.
and then run Louisiana just because he had the raddest ground type Pokemon on this side of the block.
It's not Pokemon's not the power in this world. It's money. And the people.
That was
Really?
another thing I wanted to talk about. How the entire economy in Pokemon is centered around the fucking phenomena of Pokemon. No one knows where these fucking things came from, and you're gonna base your entire power structure on what they do? That's fucking nuts. That's insane.
What
Also,
there's a Pokemon that controls time and one that controls space, and yeah,
Exactly.
I guess I would base everything on there because they would be. Well, hey.
Well, those don't
Well, hey,
show up unless you start fucking with them.
What else? What do you? It doesn't matter. But there's always someone that's trying to fuck with it. It's like there's always someone trying to fuck with power, with nukes and shit. Wait, we should be fucking with now. It happens the same. It happens in our
Okay.
world. It's the
It
same
only
thing.
it only happened twice in Medabots. It's happened a lot of times in Pokemon.
okay, mention those instances.
Because he's a more powerful creature.
I can name, let's see, 1, 2, 3.
No, the Medabots first.
Okay. There's only two instances in Medabots history where Medabots have ever been used to kind of for nefarious deeds. First was the 10 Days of Darkness. You know how I said only the rare metals have free will, but every existing metal is I'm going to use the
It's a
term
derivative.
slave metal. Yeah, it's a derivative of that. So if you get a rare, let's say a rare type beetle metal, like the one Medaby has, then you can use that to take control of all the beetle type metals. That was the 10 Days of Darkness, where some jackass who was being controlled by a cat. It was like a little midget scientist dude who and the cat's like part of an ancient race that created the Medabots or some shit. It's fucking confusing. But this scientist, to impress his cat, who hasn't really talked to him that much at this point, the cat's just kind of like, whatever, nigga. Oh, and it turns out they're all aliens too, the cat and everybody.
People too?
Aliens.
No, just the cat and the scientist.
So aliens, confirmed aliens in Medabot world.
Yeah, but
Okay.
the aliens don't fuck with anybody. There was the 10 Days of Darkness, where at one of the world tournaments, all the Medabots revolted, and there's no news coverage of it or anything. That's why they call it the 10 Days of Darkness. And they stopped them. The only way to do that is to get the rare metals, like all of them. And the only other time it happened, the world was ready, and they had a giant Medaby to whoop his fucking ass into outer goddamn space. No casualties denoted, no loss of life, a little bit of property damage, but those are the only two times in Medabot's history that some shit like that's gone down. 10 Days of Darkness, and the only way to do that is to get all the rare metals, and you've got the world government keeping, you got the Medabot Corporation, you've got fucking people on that shit with giant robots ready to fuck up the only person who's ever tried to do it, and he only did it twice. And then aliens took him away, because aliens are rad. Now, in Pokemon,
How could this happen to me? I made my mistake.
you've got in Emerald and Sapphire when a couple of pirate wannabe faggots and a bunch of douchebags in hoodies, God rest your soul, Trayvon, tried to either turn all the world into land, which is a fucking genius idea, with a giant ancient lava monster based off the Jewish behemoth, And you've got another group of assholes called Team Aqua who are trying to flood the entire world because water's cool or some shit. Everybody wants a Jamaican beach fucking paradise by summoning Kyogre, an ancient monster based on the Jewish Leviathan. So that's 2 world-ending events. Move on to Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. Some jackass named Cyrus starts a company called Team Galactic, hires a bunch of evil scientists, starts stealing Pokemon Team Rocket style, which I thought was a refreshing return to grassroots Pokemon criminal traditions, and summons a being that can control all space and all time. This motherfucker's trying to conquer reality. Okay? Skip to Black and White and Black and White 2.
Got nowhere to run. The night goes on.
It only happened twice in Medabots, and nothing really resulted out of it.
If you count the movies, it's worse.
Oh god. Oh shit, I forgot about the movie, yeah.
Alright, I think I've come to a decision. Yeah. Fuck that. This is gonna be a draw. Because to me, the biggest problem in both the Medabots and Pokemon universes is human beings. They are the fucking worst. It's like in the Medabots universe, you got these dudes. I'm pretty sure they didn't know aliens built this shit.
Yeah, you can't blame none of that.
No, aliens didn't. Aliens didn't build the
anything in the
Medabots.
Pokemon.
It was this ancient race of people called the Metalorians.
Okay, so the Metalorians.
Oh shit, never mind. Yeah, they might be the. I don't know. It's fucking confusing.
So the Metalorians, an ancient race like the Atlanteans and shit, built some fucking shit, some fucking sophisticated technology, and we humans have a bad habit of fucking with shit that we don't understand, and a lot of people fucking get hurt, die, or just traumatized, right?
Yeah, and Kyogre and none of them would fucking the planet up. It wouldn't be for the humans fucking shit up.
Yeah,
and all of the.
So you can't blame all the Pokemon.
And at least everything in Pokemon got stopped by a young, fucking heartful trainer.
And
it did shit in the last for 10 days.
There's also another Pokemon that
10 days
there's
of
also another
darkness on the
Pokemon.
Medabots,
There's
yeah.
also another
What?
Pokemon that can answer another Pokemon. That's it. There's always, I mean, when there's Mewtwo, there's Mew. When there's fucking
But I
goddamn
will say this.
Gridon and Gridon,
I will say
I think
this.
we're running along too.
The adults in Pokemon are way more incompetent than the ones in Medabots.
Yeah.
The world is always saved by a fucking child in Pokemon. Whereas in Medabots, at least the government can kind of try to fucking do something about it.
But there doesn't appear to be like a real government in Pokemon. Maybe because if there were, the whole like equal rights of Pokemon stuff, they'd be like cases and stuff for Pokemon.
Well,
like,
see, Team Plasma tried that shit, and it turns out that they just wanted, in Black and White and Black and White 2, they just wanted to get all the good Pokemon for themselves.
Well, who wouldn't? I mean, in a sense.
See, this was one of the dick arguments. Well, look, we could say that. I want to do a little intermission video where we talk more about some of the conspiracy shit.
Well, I mean,
So, if you going with the draw, though?
I'm going with the
I
draw.
want to let you finish. Was that all you want to say?
Yeah, that's all. Because, man, it's just, the people are the worst. I was leaning more towards Medabots because at least their society seems like they can kind of try to put a lid on this shit, you know? Because in the Pokemon universe, it's like none of the adults know what the fuck they're doing. No one, they're all like fucking like incompetent, and they're fucking stupid, and they're dealing with forces beyond their goddamn control. And what the fuck is up with Nurse Joy, by the way? That bitch.